Hi, this is Steve Gassick, and I'm with ITC Paranormal Sessions. I want to thank you for coming and watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And I want to talk about a couple things. One is utilizing apps, and another is connecting with spirit. Let's talk about the apps. There are a huge amount of apps out there. There's apps for Android, there's apps for Windows, and I believe now there's apps for like iOS. Um, that's great, because I believe in the more that we have out there, I think the closer we can get to the ultimate app. And on that, the ultimate app, I think, would be you. You are the lightning rod per se for connecting with spirits of the higher realm. Um, and apps are great, but apps can't work without your connection. You have to be connected. You have to. An app is only the link between you and the spirit. Okay? And so the more that you connect, the more that you release yourself, your energy for the spirits, the better the spirits can utilize this app and connect with you. So it's kind of a two-way street here. Everything has a link in life. It's you, your connection with the app, and the spirit world. They all have to come together into one. There's going to be apps that you don't consider good because it just doesn't feel comfortable. That's what you have to do. It's not the fact that you're sitting there with an app that's open and you're connecting it to a portal here, uh, and you're just sitting there going, hello, hello, hello. I guarantee the spirit's going to go, what? Okay, lay off the pills, guy or girl. What you need to do is really, before you start getting these apps and start getting the portals and all this other stuff and recording with your DR60 or whatever recorder that you're using, concentrate, research, meditate, research. My gosh, Google. If they had Google when I was young, I'd be a freaking rocket scientist right now. The thing is there's so much out there. There's so much good. There's so much bad. Research it all. I mean, there's nothing wrong with researching demonic or evil or negative versus researching positive, loving, godly. There's nothing wrong. Research it all. You want to put as much into your brain as possible so you can start utilizing it and connecting. You want to connect? Start researching. Start believing. Stop fearing. I've connected with possibly the greatest people that's done ITC work at this time of my life. Steve Huff, Josh Lewis. You know, uh, these guys are superb at what they do, and they don't fear anything. You know, um, I'm not saying they're doing things that are stupid uh, to get themselves killed. I mean, that's called common sense. But if you look at these individuals and all their videos, man, they got to have thousands of videos out. Okay, at least 1,000. If not more. They're never talking about fear as something to rely on when you're doing this connection with spirit. Love, hope, faith, positive. These are all really good stuff to follow. You know, um, and then they throw in their other stuff too. To help along with it, because it's all got to be pieced together. Nothing is going to come to you 100% full. Here it is. You got to piece it together. They started somewhere. They started from the very beginning. They were amateurs, and I'm not saying anybody's professional, because there are no professionals in this line of work. Okay, there are no professionals in paranormal research. There isn't. You can be as smart as Tesla, Einstein, you know, and you're only smart. You're not a professional. There is no professional, because every single day, every single session you learn. Okay, so if you live to be 99.9 years old, I guarantee you're still learning. when you go and kick the bucket, you go on the other side, you're going to still learn, okay? And you're bringing it all with you, you know? And so stop the fear-based, start researching, listen, look. I guarantee it, within 6 months, you're going to be connecting with spirits. You'll want to connect with the higher vibration. You know, if you want to go into haunted houses and you want to research those paranormal things where, yes, this house is haunted. Okay, move on to the next. What you got to have a reason why you're doing what you're doing. If you're just going to a house or to a haunted building, and or a building or a house, and you say, okay, it's haunted, yeah, look at all this evidence. Well, it's probably real evidence, okay, because you got voices, you probably got movement, you got shadows, you got like messages through your app that you're using. But what is that? What is the reality of you doing what you're doing? Okay, that's the thing I don't understand. So, yes, some apps work, some apps don't. It's up to you. You have to be the connection to it, okay? If you don't want to connect to it, then it's not going to work. Two, fear-based. If you fear this, if any of this gets you scared or whatever like that, and you get paranoid, stop. This is not for you. Move on to something else that you feel comfortable with and you feel good about, okay? And three, if you're going into haunted places, uh, whatever they may be, cemeteries to buildings to houses to churches, whatever, okay, haunted is just haunted, okay. You're gonna, if it's haunted, you're gonna pick up voices, you're gonna pick up messages, you're gonna have strange things happening. Yes, it's common sense, they're spirits, okay, it's energy. Have a reason of why you're going to do what you're doing. Have a reason why you're connecting. Have a reason why you're using your apps. Okay, have a real legit reason. You know, don't just say for proof. Man, there's probably hundreds of thousands of videos out there and recordings of proof. You know, have a reason. You know, what is your reason? Are you trying to set these people uh, free to move on to another realm, possibly? Um, are you trying to connect a loved one that's still alive with a loved one that's passed away? You know, are you are you trying to hear or get responses from an angel, a guide, one of your guardians, to try to do better in your life? You know, what is your reason? Just don't go into a haunted house, use an app, try to connect, and then go, yeah, it's haunted, let's go. What's your purpose? You got to have purpose, okay? You just can't walk around, you're not going to get money, okay? There's so much out there right now that you're not going to get money. You know, if you ask Steve Huff, if you ask Josh Lewis and myself, I'm not looking to get famous. You know, there's a purpose of why I and they do what we do. You know, it's not to be famous. It's not to go on TV or have a movie or anything like that. It's not to be famous. That is last, if any, none of the reasons why myself and probably others, Steve Huff and Josh, do what we do. We have a purpose. Steve Huff, I believe his main purpose is to continuously build and build and build devices to get closer and closer to the communication that we are now having. You know, I think his goal, and I cannot speak for himself, is to get a clearer communication bridge with ourselves in the spirit world. Okay, Josh, he his connection is to help everybody. You know, his connection is to help the spirit world. His connection is to help us. And let me tell you, if you look at Josh Lewis's videos, okay, there's a lot going on, man. I mean, there's a lot going on with his stuff. You know, there's a lot of intertwined stuff, and there's a lot of arguing, and there's a lot of negative and positive. I mean, this guy's tough, you know, when it comes to the spirit world, because of the fact that he's dealing with so much, and he's finding out what's going on, and he's almost like the parents for a lot of these he's like the mom and dad with these spirits, man. They're arguing with one another. He's kind of saying, cut it out. Let's do it this way. Then he's got his angels that come and support him. So, you know, he's dealing deep with the spirit world when it comes to this. And he keeps going further and further. And so that's something you can research. So with Steve Huff doing his devices, and building his devices better and better and better, and learning more. And the more he builds, the more he learns. Same thing with Josh. The more that he gets into his spiritual awareness and he's learning. You know, when he's trying to diffuse this information and going forth, I mean, he's dealing with higher entities. Okay, so he's dealing with higher realms, and then myself, I'm trying to connect with angels. I'm trying to connect with loved ones for their loved ones here on earth. You know, so we all have a purpose of doing what we're doing. We're not sitting in front of a camera and hey, did you hear that? They just said my name. Hey, did you hear? No, we're not. You know, we're here for a purpose, and the purpose is to let you understand that first, you don't fear anything, because fear is not going to get you anywhere. Okay, it's going to keep you hidden in the corner of your bedroom, freaking out with anxiety. Then you're going to be dealing with drugs and all this other crap. So stop fearing, have a purpose, but most of all, be positive. You have to love what you're doing. You have to love and honor the spirits that come to you. You got to have a purpose. And the purpose starts with you. If you want negative, you're going to get negative. If you want positive, you're going to get positive. But it starts with you. It'll come to you. Give it time. It's not like I said, it's not like opening a car door. It's much harder than that. It's easy to be connected to negative than it is to be connected to positive. Learn from the videos that make you feel good, that make you feel comfortable. Learn from those. Listen. You got ears, listen. You got 2 ears. Listen to what is being said. Listen to what is being demonstrated to you. Okay? Watch what is being done. Okay? And if you have a question, 99% of the time it's in those videos that you're reviewing. But think positive. Think positive when you review these videos. You know, because there's no negative at all in these videos. And if you hear it, the negative is being ignored. Because we don't fear it. Okay? Have a purpose. You know, regardless of what that purpose is. Let it be a loving purpose, a positive purpose, and a respectful purpose. If you want to go to haunted houses, graveyards, and whatnot, you pick up EVPs, you pick up all this stuff. Continue to research that area and find out why they're there. What is it that you can do to help them? Whatever it is, leave them alone. That's what they want. Respect them. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Put that on video. Show the people that you have respect. That's all it is. Go there, research it. Go back, research it again. If they want help, help them. If they don't want help, leave them alone. I want to say God bless you. Love and light.